This is the 409 I've been working on for about a year. It's gonna go in my 56 Chevy Gasser. I bought the engine from Jimmy King of Used Auto Parts in Berkeley, Mass. Basically all I used was the block and the crankshaft. I sent the block and crank to Ed Sheehan in West Bridgewater. He magnifluxed the crank, polished it, checked it for straightness. Then he sent the block to Motor Tech of New Bedford. They did the 60 thousandths overbore, and then Ed Sheehan did the final honing to fit the pistons. I'm using Ross 12-to-1 pistons, but it won't produce 12-to-1 because it's a truck block. I will probably end up with about 10.5-to-1 compression ratio. I didn't make it a full bolt main block, but I did use ARP heavy duty main studs. Running forged I-beam aftermarket connecting rods with 7/16 rod bolts. High volume oil pump, baffle, oil baffle. The cylinder heads are Edelbrock aluminum. The cam is a Howard Big Daddy Rattler hydraulic. Running Howard 1.8 ratio big block Chevy rocker arms, which will give me a total lift of 562 thousandths. The intake manifold is a 409 horsepower 409 unit from 1962. I made the homemade tunnel ram because I couldn't find one anywhere. I can't buy one. So I don't know how it's gonna work, but I figured I'd try it anyway. Phil Sherman of Lakeville, my friend, who is retired now but ran Stetson Forge. He's an excellent aluminum welder. He did the TIG welding on my homemade tunnel ram. I'm running Edelbrock ABS2 carburetors, 500 CFM, and a billet steel flywheel, McLeod, 11-inch clutch, and Lakewood Bellhausen. Electronic distributor with no vacuum advance. You can't buy fender well headers to put a 409 in a 55 or 56, 57 Chevy. So I had to make them. They're a combination of parts from show cars, the header flanges. The pipes and collectors are all from Jegs or Speedway motors. I did all the cutting and fitting and tack welding. And while I was doing it, Phil Sherman came in and offered to do the TIG welding. And I'm glad he did, and I'm glad I took him up on it. He did a nice job, beautiful job, and I thank him very much. Thanks that he's a friend of mine. So anyway, I did run it for about 5 seconds before I put the headers back on, and I didn't want to run it very long, but I haven't tried it since. I think I got the timing pretty close, so to run. And we're gonna see what happens. Here we go.
Back up. That's awesome, honey.